Good afternoon, students. Today we will start the session with a nice quote, that is, great things never came from comfort zones. Don't be more comfortable in this corona situation. So work hard and achieve your goals. So today we will discuss about reactions of aryl halides. So today topic is reactions of aryl halides. So aryl halide means halogen attached to benzene ring. Aryl halide means halogen attached to benzene ring. Alkyl halides means we can take like the CH3X. See here, in benzene ring all carbons having sp2 hybridization. This carbon hybridization is sp2 and here carbon hybridization is sp3. So this is aryl halides, this is alkyl halides. About alkyl halides and their chemical properties already we have discussed. So now we are going to discuss about this aryl halide chemical properties. So these aryl halides undergo different reactions. The reactions classified into three ways. One is a reaction with metals. Second one is nucleophilic substitution reactions. Third one is electrophilic substitution reactions. So before going to start reaction with metals, I would like to explain the important concept, that is why aryl halides are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitutions as well as electrophilic substitutions. So generally aryl halides are less reactive compared to alkyl halides towards nucleophilic substitution reactions. Why? That we will discuss first. After that we will enter into reaction part. So I will explain why these are less reactive. Aryl halides are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution as well as electrophilic substitution. So here important difference. Halogen is attached to sp2 carbon in aryl halides. Here halogen is attached to sp3 carbon. So this is very important to understand the concept, that is why aryl halides are less reactive compared to alkyl halides. So now come to this part. So what I said, aryl halides are less reactive than alkyl halides towards nucleophilic substitution reactions as well as electrophilic substitution reactions also. So first we will talk about nucleophilic substitution reactions. What is nucleophilic substitution reaction? Nucleophilic substitution reaction means, so that is, suppose if you take aryl halide, so benzene ring, and halogen is attached to benzene ring. So we are adding a nucleophile, means nucleophile is attacking on benzene ring. So this carbon X bond should break and this X will eliminated as X minus and this nucleophile will attach to this carbon. So now in place of X we got nucleophile plus X minus. So in this process what is happening? Carbon halogen bond is breaking and carbon, the new nucleophile bond is forming. So here carbon halogen bond breaking is important for nucleophilic substitution reaction. So now, what are the factors which influence this nucleophilic substitution? We will see. First one is resonance effect. So what is the resonance effect? You know, so in case of aryl halides, so between halogen and benzene ring there is a resonance. See, this is benzene ring, 3 double bonds, and here halogen is there. You know halogen contains 3 lone pairs. So when there is a lone pair, single bond and a double bonded system, this is one of the conditions for resonance possibility. So this lone pair involved in resonance and these pi electrons move like this. So now we will get a resonance structure. So here double bond between halogen and carbon, negative charge will come here because pi electron shifted to this carbon. So this is the situation. So because of lone pair donation, positive charge appeared on halogen. Now this negative charge again involved in resonance with this pi bond. This pi bonded electrons migrated towards like this, and you will get another resonance structure. Then again this negative charge here, again if it involves in resonance, then it will come here. So these are the different resonating forms, and you will get negative charge at this carbon. So during these resonating structures, if you observe, there is a double bond between carbon and halogen. See, breaking of single bond is easy, but breaking of double bond is difficult. So due to resonance, what is happening? There is a partial double bond forming between halogen and carbon due to formation of partial double bond. So breaking of carbon halogen bond is difficult. That's why nucleophilic substitution is difficult. So all these things because of resonance. So the first condition is a resonance effect. So next, different hybridization states of carbon atom. So if hybridization of carbon atom is different, what will happen? See, if hybridization of carbon is different, so as we discussed on in aryl halides, there is a sp2 carbon, double bonded carbon, sp2 carbon, and in case of alkyl halides, sp3 carbon. See, sp2 carbon is more electronegative than sp2 carbon, sp3 carbon. So electronegativity order in case of this hybridized carbons, sp greater than, sp2 greater than, sp3. So sp2 is more electronegative than sp3. So when electronegativity of carbon is more, this carbon won't give electrons easily to halogen during heterolytic bond fusion. But this sp3 carbon will give easily electrons to this halogen, and this halogen will break like X minus easily, but that possibility, that feasibility is less in case of aryl halides. So that is one reason for less reactivity of aryl halides towards nucleophilic substitution. And one more we can explain, sp2 hybridized orbital size is less compared to sp3 hybridized orbital size. When size is less for sp2 hybridized orbital, this sp2 hybridized orbital and X bond is short bond is strong bond. So breaking is difficult. sp3 hybrid orbital is a big one. So bond between sp3 hybrid orbital and X is long bond, and we can break easily. So because of hybridization of carbon, means a different hybridization of carbon, so reactivity of aryl halides is less compared to alkyl halides. That is the second explanation. And third one is bond polarity. See, here sp2 X bond is less polar compared to sp3 X bond. Why? Because same electronegativity difference. So sp2 X bond, if you take, this is less polar because electronegativity difference between sp2 carbon and halogen is less compared to sp3 carbon and halogen. So that's why less polar nature of CX bond also leads to less reactivity of aryl halides. Next, one more reason, instability of phenyl carbocation. Instability of phenyl carbocation means, so this is the molecule. Suppose if chlorine carbon bond is breaked in heterolytic fashion, we'll get two species, that is phenyl carbocation and chloride ion. This phenyl carbocation is very less stable because charge on carbon means positive charge on double bonded carbon is unfavorable condition. That's why very unstable. Immediately backward reaction takes place and it will form again chlorobenzene. So these are the different reasons for less reactivity of aryl halides towards nucleophilic substitution. So these are the four reasons. Okay, now why aryl halides are less reactive towards electrophilic substitution reactions? So towards nucleophilic substitutions less reactive, as well as towards electrophilic substitutions also less reactive. Why? Why? Because I'll explain here. So you know mesomeric effect and inductive effect. So inductive effect means there are two types: plus inductive effect, negative inductive effect. If group attracts shared pair of electrons towards itself, means that is a negative inductive effect group. If group release electron density towards the ring or towards the carbon chain, means that is positive inductive effect group. So here if you see halogens are more electronegative. They can withdraw electrons from the ring. So this halogen will show negative inductive effect. And similarly, because of presence of lone pair, it will donate electrons to ring and it will show positive mesomeric effect. So due to positive mesomeric effect, you will get negative charge at ortho positions, partial negative charge, as well as partial negative charge at para position. So only at ortho and para you will get partial negative charges due to resonance. So if you want to understand, just if you see resonating structures, you can understand. So resonating structures of, I will show you. So these are the resonating structures. See, if you see these resonating structures, in this structure, so negative charge appeared at ortho position. In this structure, negative charge appeared at para position. Again in this structure, negative charge appeared at ortho position. So negative charges appeared at ortho and para positions, not at meta position. So that only I have written here. So partial negative charges at ortho and para positions. Okay, fine. Now suppose halogen is acting as negative inductive effect group. It is withdrawing electron density from the ring. So it is withdrawing electron density from the ring. So when it is withdrawing electron density from the ring, so this partial negative charge at ortho and para positions are decreasing. So electrophile should attack on benzene ring, means if there is a more electron density, then the attack of electrophile is easy. Because of halogen, the electron density on the ring decreasing. So halogen is deactivating the ring towards electrophilic substitution due to negative inductive effect. and due to positive inductive effect, it is releasing electron density to the ring. Now, which fact is dominating factor? So, in case of halogens, remember, in case of halogens, negative inductive effect is a dominating factor than mesomeric effect. So, generally, in organic chemistry, mesomeric effect is a dominating factor than inductive effect, but exceptionally in case of halogens, negative inductive effect is more than mesomeric effect due to its high electronegativity. Okay, so this is the reason for less reactivity towards electrophilic substitution reactions. What is the reason? So these halogens are acting as ring deactivating groups due to negative inductive effect. That's why aryl halides are less reactive towards electrophilic substitution reactions. However, at certain conditions, electrophilic substitution takes place as well as nucleophilic substitution takes place. If electrophile want to attack on benzene ring, no doubt ortho para positions only available, meta position not available. So we can say halogens are ring deactivating groups and ortho para directing groups. So now we will see the reaction part. One by one we will discuss. First, we will discuss about reaction with metals. So what is final conclusion here? Aryl halides are less reactive towards either nucleophilic substitutions or electrophilic substitution. For nucleophilic substitution, I have given 4 reasons. That is resonance effect, and due to different hybridations of carbon, less polar nature of CX bond, and instability of phenyl carbocation. And what is the reason for less reactivity towards electrophilic substitution? And that is negative inductive effect of halogen. Okay, fine. Now reaction with metals. So reaction with metals, the important reaction is reaction with sodium. First one is with sodium. So now aryl halides, when react with sodium, it forms biphenyl. Already we have discussed this reaction. This is called as Fittig reaction. So we will get biphenyls. This is biphenyl. So this product is called as biphenyl. Okay, what is happening here? This X and this X react with Na and eliminated as NaX. So this reaction is called as Fittig reaction. So instead of aryl halides, if you take alkyl halides, that is Wurtz reaction. This is Fittig reaction. If you take both alkyl halides, that is Wurtz reaction. We have seen already. Next, if you take one aryl halide, one alkyl halide. If you take one aryl halide, one alkyl halide, CH3X plus 2Na plus aryl halide. Then you will get CH3 benzene, means this is toluene, plus 2NaX. So this time I have taken one aryl halide, one alkyl halide. This is called as Wurtz-Fittig reaction. Wurtz-Fittig reaction. Only alkyl halides means Wurtz reaction. Only aryl halides means Fittig reaction. One aryl, one alkyl means that is Wurtz-Fittig reaction. So this is a reaction with sodium. Similarly, a reaction with magnesium. So very important reaction. When aryl halides reacting with magnesium means you will get an important compound, that is phenyl magnesium halide. Phenyl magnesium halide, also called as Grignard reagent. So this is very important reagent for organic synthesis. So So in competitive part, detail we'll study about this compound in detail. Next, when aryl halides react with copper plus copper, so now same 2Cu, here we will get biphenyl. Again it is almost similar to our Fittig reaction, so but this is a Ullmann reaction. Ullmann reaction. This is not a Fittig reaction, this is Ullmann reaction. Similarly, when aryl halides react with lithium, so this is a aryl halide when it is reacting with the lithium, so we will get phenyl lithium. This is a phenyl lithium plus LiCl. So this is called as phenyl lithium. So these are the reactions with the different metals. So now we will see different nucleophilic substitution reactions. However, less reactive to means aryl halides are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitutions. However, at certain conditions, so reactions are possible. Those reactions we will see now. See, now this is the reactant, this is product. What happened here, in place of Cl we substituted OH. So what reagent we have to use? Aqueous NaOH we have to use. Aqueous NaOH will provide OH minus ions. That OH minus ions will replace Cl. And here if you see, temperature is 443 Kelvin. Now if there are two NO2 groups, the temperature decreases, that is 368 Kelvin. 368 Kelvin is enough when two groups are there. When there is no group, how much temperature? 623 Kelvin temperature and 300 atmosphere pressure. So for substitution of OH in place of Cl. So now why temperature condition we can reduce when NO2 groups substituted at ortho and para positions? What is the reason? The reason is these NO2 groups can stabilize the intermediate formed during the reaction. So which intermediate will form during the reaction? How they can stabilize the intermediate we will see now. So now suppose if you want to break halogen bond and carbon bond. So nucleophile is attacked on this first. So like this, nucleophile is attacked. When nucleophile is attacked, these pi bonds will migrate towards next carbon. Then what you will get? You will get this situation. So here there is a nucleophile as well as X and negative charge appeared on this carbon. Suppose if there is a NO2 group, N double bond O, this is NO2 group. Okay, this negative charge can involve in resonance. Can this negative charge stabilized by this NO2 group? That's why this nucleophile attack is easy. Then we will get product easily. So rate of reaction increases due to presence of NO2 groups, because NO2 groups are stabilizing the intermediates forming during the reaction. So reactivity is increasing. That is the reason behind increase in reactivity when NO2 groups are substituted to benzene ring. Even if 3 NO2 groups are there, just warm condition is enough to get product. Next, electrophilic substitution reactions. So towards electrophilic substitution reactions also, these aryl halides are less reactive. However, certain electrophilic substitution reactions will happen. So those are halogenation. Already we have seen this halogenation, alkylation, acylation in benzene chapter first year. The same thing here. Cl2 anhydrous FeCl3. This combination will give chloronium ion. This is our electrophile. So this is our electrophile. This electrophile should attack on this aryl halide. This where it should attack? Either ortho position or para position. Why? Because electron density will get at ortho and para positions. So we will get orthochlorobenzene means 1,2 chlorobenzene or orthochlorochlorobenzene. This is parachlorochlorobenzene. This is halogenation. Next, nitration. See, this HNO3 H2SO4 combination will give electrophile, that is NO2 plus nitronium ion. This nitronium ion again will attack at either ortho position or para position. We will get two products. And generally out of ortho and para product is more stable due to less repulsions. Sulfonation. For sulfonation reagent is H2SO4. We'll get benzene sulfonic acid, orthochlorobenzene sulfonic acid. This is parachlorobenzene sulfonic acid. So here the point is electrophile is attacking at ortho and para positions, not at meta position. Meta position product is very less favorable. So now CH3Cl anhydrous AlCl3. What electrophile you will get, that is important. CH3 plus alkyl and CH3COCl anhydrous AlCl3. What electrophile you will get? CH3CO plus acyl carbocation. Sorry, acyl ion. So this acyl ion will attack at ortho and para positions. So only a different electrophiles we are getting by using different reagents. Then the products are same, means ortho and para substituted products. Next, the last concept in this lesson, that is polyhalogen compounds. What are polyhalogen compounds? More than one halogen present in the compound. So some important compounds and their uses and drawbacks. And here generally these aryl halides, alkyl halides are toxic in nature. So we can see these examples. Methylene chloride or dichloromethane. Dichloromethane means what? Methane means CH4. Dichloromethane means instead of two hydrogens, if you substitute two chlorines, that is dichloromethane. This is the compound formula. So now, what are the important points regarding this compound? First, it is widely used as solvent in paint removers, manufacture of drugs and manufacture of drugs and for metal cleaning and finishing. So it is also used as propellant in aerosols. Propellant means, see, perfume bottles. If you press, then automatically the perfume will come out. So even the perfume quantity is very less. See, fresh bottle means it will come fast. So even at last stages also, if you press, the pressure will come like that only. There is no change in pressure. So why means there is a propellant in the aerosols. Aerosols means this type of perfume bottles called as aerosols. So that this propellant will maintain pressure in the bottle. So because of that, we will get constant pressure from the bottle. So these compounds used as a propellants. Next, exposure to methylene chloride can affect central nervous system, and higher exposure to methylene chloride can cause dizziness, nausea. So nausea means vomiting sensation. Direct skin contact with methylene chloride causes burning and mild redness of skin. So it's a danger compound. But we'll use these compounds in preparation methods of different compounds. Next, trichloromethane. Trichloromethane means instead of 3 hydrogens, substitute 3 chlorines, CHCl3. The familiar name is chloroform. So it is mainly used as solvent for fats and alkaloids, and it is used in the production of freon, refrigerant like R22. So these freons we can use it as a refrigerant. Earlier it was used as general anesthetic, but nowadays we are not using as anesthetic, because when it is exposed to sunlight, it will form a poisonous gas, that is COCl2, called as phosgene. So phosgene is poisonous gas. It is dangerous to use this compound as a anesthetic. Next, inhaling chloroform vapors can cause fatigue, means feeling tired, and headache. Higher exposure to chloroform may damage liver and kidneys also. Next, triiodomethane. Iodomethane means same CHI3. This is also called as iodoform, like chloroform. So it was used earlier as antiseptic. The antiseptic property is due to the liberation of iodine and not due to iodoform itself. Means the CHI3 will produce iodine. This iodine will act as antiseptic. Next, trichloromethane carbon tetrachloride, CCl4, non-polar solvent in many organic syntheses. So it is widely used as solvent. It is used in the production of freons and propellants for aerosols. It is also used in fire extinguishers. Exposure of CCl4 can cause liver cancer. Besides, it can cause dizziness, headache, and vomiting sensation. And CCl4 in atmosphere can cause ozone layer depletion. So these are the different points regarding CCl4. Next, freons. What are freons? Chlorofluorocarbon compounds of methane and ethane are known as freons. Means if you take methane and ethane, C2H6, instead of hydrogens, if you substitute chlorines and fluorines, those are called as freons. They are highly stable and unreactive. Freon 12, that is CCl2F2, was one of the most commonly used refrigerant. This freon, on release to atmosphere, rises upwards and causes ozone layer depletion. So these are the freons responsible for ozone layer depletion. And the last compound is DDT, very famous compound. DDT means dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane. This is dichloro-diphenyl. 2 chlorines, 2 phenyls. So chlorine is at para position. That's why one benzene ring P, another ring P dash they are taken. So P dash dichloro-diphenyl, and this is trichloro. And how many carbons in the chain? 2 carbons. So ethane. So this is the ethane derivative, 2 carbons. On 1 carbon, 2 phenyl rings with chlorines at para position, and in another carbon there are 3 chlorines. That's why dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane. So generally it is used as insecticide. So because of this DDT, there are many drawbacks. That's why so many countries they banned this DDT to use it as insecticide. Okay, these are the polyhalogen compounds. So this is about alkyl halides and aryl halides lesson. In next class onwards we will see total questions from NCERT textbook. After that we will see competitive. Thank you.